Now at 9, a view of the terrifying moments after a piece of a construction crane came crashing down in Fort Lauderdale. This morning, the bridge back open after that piece of crane and the cars involved were towed away. One construction worker losing their life as a result.
That deadly danger also sending 2 to the hospital. Team coverage of the crane collapse begins with 7's Alex Browning. He's live near where that tragedy happened. Alex.
And Olivia, Ethan, such a freak accident here as a piece of that crane, a large section of metal came falling down. We'll go ahead and give you a live view of that crane as it still stands here in the downtown Fort Lauderdale skyline. If we go in a little bit closer, you can see that platform there barely hanging on. Apparently, that is where, sadly, that construction worker fell to his death.
The 3rd Avenue Bridge in downtown Fort Lauderdale operational Friday after a woman barely escaping with her life. Clutching her head, distraught, her van crushed under the weight of a piece of a construction crane in the middle of the 3rd Avenue Bridge in Fort Lauderdale.
A very scary thing to watch.
I saw a blue piece of the crane that was being hoisted up 20 minutes before this happened.
Just a few minutes earlier, Jason was working from his Fort Lauderdale apartment. He shot this video.
All of a sudden I hear a pop.
It looked like it was falling in slow motion. I screamed, oh my God.
And I see the piece just tumbling down.
And then it fell onto the bridge and it literally did like a bounce.
From his balcony, you could hear the woman's screams. The van and a Tesla had been smashed. A worker on the platform of the crane had fallen, along with a massive piece of metal. That worker did not survive.
As you look a little bit closer, we're going to zoom in. That piece of crane that came down appears that it punctured the bridge itself.
The bridge was full. I mean, cars going in each direction, so it's just amazing that more vehicles were not affected and more people.
We drive this every day, so it's a pretty scary thing to think.
And then late in the evening, the 2 cars, one with its passenger side destroyed, finally towed away.
And it appears construction has restarted here at this site at 3rd Avenue and the New River. We have reached out to Cass Construction, who is leading this build here. We have yet to hear back as now a federal probe looks into what exactly happened here. We're in downtown Fort Lauderdale. Alex Browning, Today in Florida.
All right, Alex, and team coverage continues now with 7's Danielle Garcia. She's at Broward Health Medical Center where those victims are waking up this morning. Danielle.
Ethan, absolutely terrifying moments for those people that were driving over this bridge yesterday afternoon, and this tragedy could have been much worse. 2 people were sent here to the hospital, but they're said to be in stable condition. Looking at this damage and knowing this happened during one of the busiest traffic times of the day, it's a miracle more people were not hurt.
You know, to think that no one on the ground suffered substantial injuries other than the individual that was working, it is unbelievable.
When a piece of crane came crashing down, a construction worker fell with it and sadly was killed. 3 cars driving below severely damaged.
There was a lot of screaming. The people in the vehicles actually walked out of their cars, which was amazing.
Mark Sarazin was one of them. He was heading home for the evening, driving over the southeast 3rd Avenue Bridge when he noticed what was happening above and slammed on his brakes.
It was just an instinct. It was just a reaction, peripheral reaction, slamming on the brakes.
Mark says part of his instinct is actually because of his car.
I have a Tesla. It's all glass on top. I saw it here coming down, and that's when I gauged, I guess, by a split second.
That split-second decision saved him from this giant blue piece of crane crashing down directly on top of him.
Had I not slammed as hard as I had with my foot, I'm not here speaking to you.
In another car, a woman got out and Mark ran to her.
There was a lady who was bleeding, and I took off my shirt and put compression and helped her.
You can see Mark shirtless, guiding himself and this woman away from the traumatic site. Her car completely smashed. Later on, she is seen still covering her head as she puts it into an ambulance. Mark also on a stretcher, but was able to go home after. Just happy to be alive.
I'm grateful, and from, of course, this day forward, I'm just happy to go home to my wife. I'm happy to go home to my family and to my friends. I'm just so grateful.
So we do know one other person was brought to the hospital with minor injuries, but that person and the woman that we saw are both said to be in stable condition, hopefully going to be released soon. Reporting live in Fort Lauderdale, I'm Danielle Garcia, today in Florida.
All right, Danielle, and stay with 7 News for continuing coverage of the crane collapse. We'll have updates on the air, online, on the 7 News app, and across social media.